Hi, I'm Emmett. Today I want to spotlight a couple of my favorite books that I have read so far in 2026. Number 1 is Maurice by E.M. Forster. Maurice poses the question, what is the shape of love? What social conventions define love? What lengths would one go to in search of the kind of love that they know they can give and hope to receive? Maurice, as a protagonist, is a case study on masculinity through the changing lens of Edwardian society. His internal battle and meandering sense of self, as informed by the spaces he inhabits and the people he encounters, remains really resonant with contemporary readers, I think, because he's just such a richly developed character. This book was originally written between 1913 and 1914, but was only published posthumously, I think, 1970. It's a beautiful piece of queer fiction. It's the first 5-star read that I've had all year, and I highly recommend that every single person go out and read it. Number 2, I Who Have Never Known Men. I've gotten the sense that this book is kind of hit or miss. Some people really find it boring and like nothing happens in it, but I just fundamentally disagree. I found this novel riveting. It's not quite science fiction, it's not quite fantasy, it's not quite gender fiction, and it's not quite philosophical either. It just gives so much. I found the protagonist, the child, so compelling, and to watch her come of age was just never not exciting. This novel really made me meditate on what aspects of human life are innate versus socially informed. Things like the construct of time, death, power, gender. For those of you who don't know, the book is about a group of women who are locked in an underground bunker. We don't really get a sense of when this is taking place and where they are. Some of these women are old enough to have remembered what life was like before the bunker. Some women have lost those memories with time, but the protagonist is the only one of all the characters who doesn't have any concept of what it is to be a person or a woman outside the bunker. As far as she's concerned, she was born there. That is the only life she has ever known. You have this character who is essentially encountering everything for the first time ever. I thought this novel was a lot of fun. If you found it boring, I hope to God you never pick up Cormac McCarthy's The Road. Number 3, Strange Houses by Uketsu. I originally gave this book a 3 stars, but I rounded it up to 4 on Goodreads because I read it cover to cover. I shit you not, I picked this book up and did not put it down until I finished it. As the proud owner of an English degree who does enjoy reading classics, was this the most technically challenging book I've ever read? No. But it was hands down one of the most exciting things I've read in the past year. There's lots of pictures and diagrams in it, the pacing is quite fast, and the language is quite simple. I highly recommend this book to anyone who's experiencing a reading slump and is trying to pick up something, anything, just to finish a book and get back on the roll again. The plot is presented as a collection of nonfiction interviews, and the novel invites you to question what the fuck is going on with these strange houses. The language is very direct. The no-frills prose makes it feel kind of casual, like the author is directly telling you the story, and that sort of makes the book to me. I did go out and seek the rest of the series, but the first book is definitely the best one. This one's more of a short story, but I'm going to include it anyway. Sonny's Blues by James Baldwin. I love Baldwin. I think the delicacy with which Baldwin unfolds and expands the nuances of human connection just cannot be understated. Never in my life, in anything I've ever read, have I experienced the harsh edges of masculinity and brotherhood explored with such a gentle touch. I cried so many times while reading this. I have no words. 5 stars. And finally, I haven't finished the book yet, but I have to talk about it. This book is Memories of the Memories of a Black Rose Cat. This is Nitiprapha's second novel. I really recommend her for anyone who is a fan of text in translation or magical realism. I read A Blind Earthworm in the Labyrinth a couple years ago and became absolutely obsessed with her style. I just think her prose is so decadent and wonderful. And Kong Ritidi, who I believe also translated the first novel, does such a wonderful job of unearthing and uplifting these very poetic qualities of the Thai language that are just innate in the language itself and translating them for English. This novel deals with the idea of generational trauma during the changing years in which Thailand sort of shifted from the kingdom of Siam to the nation of Thailand. The narrative is presented kind of as a story that the young boy Dao is being told by his grandmother. She has this sort of meandering style going on that I'm absolutely obsessed with, and I cannot wait to finish this book and talk about it more. That's all I have for right now. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you take my recommendation and decide to read any of these books. Okay, thank you so much. Bye!
Bye.